Nicola Sturgeon is at it again. First, we had the SNP authorities and as well as the Welsh authorities trying to bring down the voting age to 16. Successful campaign for them, for the lefties. Now they're trying to bring down the age limit of politicians. Kids who can actually become politicians, members of parliament in Scotland, to 16. Because that's clearly a good idea. I mean, at this point, considering that the SNP voters are completely abandoning, well, a lot of the voters, the floating voters, who are abandoning the SNP and also even the mainstream parties in general in Scotland, they think the best thing to do is to not only give voting rights to foreigners, because that's also a plan, also make them politicians, kids. That's how you do it. The posters you see, all these protests, all these kids come out saying, let us decide our future, our vote. Oh, just wait until they find out that politicians and governments don't really decide your future, because everything in politics is about short-termism. Everything is a short-term plaster until the next election. So if you think that you can change the world or change Scotland by becoming a member of the Scottish Parliament, you better think again. Now, we have examples. Marie Black, one of the young SNP MPs in Westminster Parliament. She was 20 when she was elected back in 2015. And she's absolutely a nutter. We all know that. She's come out to defend her policy, saying, our politics is always improved by having a diverse group of people in office. Really? Since when? Ever since we decided to increase diversity, politics has been going down in the Western world. Young people are constantly left out of the conversation. And one way to ensure that stops happening is to have young people actually sitting at the table. You do realize young people are left out of conversations because they're not interested in politics. And that's if the politicians actually feel the threat of a voting bloc, like when it comes to older people, like when it comes to the businesses and corporations, they will pay attention to you. So when young people go out there and glue themselves to the floor and to pipelines, no one's going to take you seriously. And people like Marie Black, they get lucky and they get elected, and then they do nothing with the power and influence that they have. Now look at all the other countries. Look at Estonia, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Norway. Voting age 18, becoming president and leaders of those countries. You have to be 40, 35, 50 in Italy. I'm not really sure what's going on in Italy, but you have to be 50. And in terms of becoming an MP, 21, 18, 21. Again, Italy's 25. Italy's very, very extreme. I love it. But that's the good thing is, don't worry about all this backlash, because there are a number of opinion polls showing that people don't really care for this policy. The issue is that while they're in power, they could do whatever they want. So 92% have said that the age limit for becoming a Scottish parliamentarian should remain at 18. Only 4% believe that it should be reduced to 16. So there is a bit of hope and positivity in the air in Scotland. We're going to come back with more news updates for you guys throughout the day on my TC, and we are the media.